BSdiscover. How you doing? I know it's been a minute. I gave a real video talking to you, getting intact with you today. What is going on? Actually, have you ever been at a state in your life that you're feeling, you're knowing, you're moving, you're growing, and you're getting in this direction and you're moving to that level? And as you in that stage, you can be still. And the still that you're in, when you see yourself doing, but you're not moving, but you're producing, and you're producing at a level that the things you didn't know or how to accomplish some goals, you're doing it. But here goes that. Somebody done threw something in there, another ball. You got to catch this ball again, just to start all over again. Now, you still mentally are capable of gaining. The reason why they threw that ball, because they're trying to what? Not to get you to catch what you're trying to get. That's victory. And you are going to go every day trying to figure out, where is that ball? Because they done threw something my way. I was able to do this. Now I'm finding out when I go to open the work that I've done, I find complications. But the complications weren't there when you did it. I didn't have that problem. And that's where you got to be consistent in what you do. If you got to go over a project 5 times a day, you got to go over that project 5 times a day. The consistency that you're going through is going to allow you to be able to pick up and make change. But if I'm not consistent in what I'm trying to do, if today I'm not going to look at it, it's going to be okay, tomorrow it's going to be right. No, do it now. So if you're that person, go do it now. Because when I come back, and you already know, with failure gone fast, and I give you the months and cram it all in there out the year, there's going to be tremendous growth. And I want to thank everybody that let me know, especially when I walk, what I've done for you. That was in Florida. I'm in New York now. But I'm getting a lot of calls from Florida. So consistency is everything. Let me tell you, today I found myself trying to figure out, why is this happening? Don't spend all day on it. You're wasting time. With growth come what? Time management. Manage your time. I ain't got time to waste. Go on to the next. Work on what you do know. What is accomplished. Don't lose that. And you can always route yourself backwards to what needs to be what? Consistent in your attention. Knowing that you may find another issue because they're trying to break you. If I can break you from paying attention to that issue, then you won't accomplish your goal. Since last Failure Come Fast, I told you we're going to come back, and I came back with financial matters. Everybody went down. Everybody was able to stay up. You stood up on what? Financial matters, because I gave you some apps. I gave you some cards that will give you money, and you don't have to pay much. And we learned about what? A line of credit and all that good stuff that are out there. Some of you just pay $5 a month for a whole year, or maybe 6 months. 6 months, you're going to get maybe 500 to 750 back. A year, you're going to get 1,000, or from 750 to 1,000, depending if you continue to follow the process. That will help us survive. When I came to New York, that's how I survived. I survived off of my beacon money, doing cracking. I didn't mention cracking in some videos, but when I went to cracking, I started a video on cracking. I gave you I gave you so many platforms that also have instructors there, that also have investors who invest and also teach us how to invest. I didn't leave you alone. And trust me, I won't leave you alone this time. So today, even though I'm going through the motions and going through the wrath isn't because I don't know or I am incapable of knowing. The wrath is this change. But where you're going and what you're asking for, it's going to take a lot of study. It's going to take a lot of your time. People are going to be going to the club. People are going to be going to the movies. People are going to be outside front enjoying themselves. And you're hearing all the laughter. But you know what you want. See, because when you finish what you want, you can take yourself to higher places. You can go reward yourself with a vacation. If I'm consistent in what I want to accomplish. And then I have to watch the work that I do. Because the work that you do, somebody else is doing. You never know if there's competition around that's trying to stop you from getting where you want to go. That's another lesson. And after a while, once you start accumulating all the goals that were before you that you thought you couldn't do, but you're doing, and then in that goal, like any other business, you're always going to find a faucet, running water. I need to turn that faucet off. Because I let that water run, it's going to run all over the place and damage what I have done. And we don't need that. And I've come across that. Those are obstacles. That's what it is. That's your time management. Now you're learning time management skills. And the skills are the things you have to do to save yourself. So the faucet don't run all over the place. What? When it's open. But when you close that deal, and you're going to close it. Because last time I was talking to you, we was doing, I think you saw one where I left a clothes for y'all. I started selling clothes online. And still I have issues. I still have issues, but I was aware. That's why I show you certain videos. People were watching me closely. And then you find yourself, this not working, that's not working. Why that's not working? Then I got to pay attention to what's around me. And if it didn't happen before, what is making it happen? And not that it is the people, it could be a coincidence. You know what coincidences are? Maybe it's just a coincidence that this happened. Don't let your head play games with you. You gotta be on point and right about the outcome of what you think happened. You don't want to make a mistake and blame somebody who don't deserve to be blamed. Having that happen to you? That's why you're here today, trying to do your own. So before you narrow it down to this gotta be the situation, I had to back off. I had to call some people. I said, listen, this is what happened. Let me know. Help me make some sense of this. Well, I plugged my computer. And the computer would not come on. But I've been on all day. What could be the issue? You already know, but you need to hear from someone else. And then you go back and forth. And when that person verifies what it could be, and you go do your little spot checks, which is your what? Your problem solving. Once you do your little problem solving, and you figure out the problem, then you have win a gain. The gain is not jumping to conclusion, because if you're a business person, the last thing you need to do is jump into conclusion. You don't need to conclude that this happened that way. You need to make sure, because you're running a business. And in order to secure that business, I need to make sure if I make this decision and say, this is it, this is it. That's your team. That's your support. We good nowadays because we got AI. And I told many of you, please do not run away from AI. Now, I promise you changes, and I promise you that you're going to get there. I am there. I am at the point that I was able to release even more. Now, I had some channels in certain videos, but I made a lot of changes. I made changes with my Cash App in case you want to donate it. I went to certain other platforms. I'm crammed with a lot of information. But this information was a growth period. It went from Cash App, from Shine. It went to Ray. You know what Ray is. And then it went to other loans and certain things that allow me to grow and to know what growth is and how I can utilize from the beginning to the end. And when I say utilize, okay, now I got my financial matter. Now we got this online. Now we got this channel. Now we don't just got this channel, but we got more channels. And even though we're working on different projects for content in our channels, we are also growing in the direction of knowing how to what? Get more viewers. And I want to thank the viewers that I have. I just got another one today. Keep joining in. And I got special for y'all. Actually, I'm working on it now. I'm going to do a little video, a short video. I may have a length in here, because I'm going to now also add as a goal for my subscribers a tier for you to win an award every time you make a payment or certain other things I have you do. But I just started doing GIFs. I did a couple of GIFs, but I'm going to give you an example of one. Another way to make money doing GIFs. Now, this is also why I'm doing other things. Just fell in my lap. And that's how it is. It's something about the energies, the vibration. There's a law of attraction when it comes to money, when it comes to gain, when it comes to growth. I saw it. I said, well, what can I do with this? You can bless your viewers. I also came back with more BSdiscover t-shirts for y'all. Colorful ones. At least 3 different colors. We'll say 4. I got my journal. So failure come fast. Get ready. Get your notebooks ready. And most likely you're going to have more digital products coming your way, because I have my digital product with coffee. Please join coffee. Check my coffee platform. See what's going on. It helps support my YouTube channels. And it helps support the products that I'm going to be able to give you. And they're going to be fun. It's going to be pictures and things I'm doing that nobody else going to get but you. So last time I came with a product, today I'm coming with something else. And it happened just a couple of days ago. But I said, okay, I'm just going to come back with the business, and I want to see how your business is doing. Are you doing good? Were you able to make that app? Were you able to start your online store? Did you start a channel? If you didn't start a channel, did you at least start your store? Just the interest of it. How are you doing with the family relationship? How are you doing with a relationship? If you're not in a relationship, you're preparing yourself for a relationship. A lot of people don't do that. Prepare themselves for a relationship. I need to prepare myself. I need to make sure I have what I need. Because me, I don't know about you, but I can't be in no relationship and I don't have nothing to give. That's just me. Whether you ask for it or not, I can't go in a relationship not having anything. So a girl is single. And I ain't talking about what little belt, well, I dare say belt, but what I built, what little that I built, but actually where I want to take myself, and if someone was with me, where I would like to take them. So what we're doing now, what are we doing this year, y'all? This year is almost out. What are we doing? We're trying to prepare ourselves for get away from the USA, right? That's the initial goal, is to get away from the USA. We're trying to go outward. The passport I know is about $185. That's the cheapest that I've seen. The cheapest. So no longer am I asking you to save money. No longer am I asking you to think about what you're going to think about your future and holding on to it, not allowing things to open the faucet and water just run all over your life and you're all damped in it and you can't find yourself to swim your way out. That is not what I'm here for. I throw certain different things in your ear because you got to be able to catch the ball. Because that's how it is at work. Your problem solver, you at work, just come up, oh boss, we got a leak in the back. Oh boss, the customer complaining about this. Oh boss, she didn't get her check. Oh boss, you got somebody on the phone. Oh boss, the auditors just came. That's a whole lot. And you getting upset because you can't find something on the computer? But what if the bigger issues start to rise up against you? You have to take care of the little issues first. That's practice. If not, you got to find a way of solving. Now, I had an issue, but I found a way to solve it today. I say, well, how can I solve this issue? And I took a chance. I didn't say, no, I'm not going to get the help. People going to look at me like I'm crazy if I say this. I just went and did what I know I had to do. You got to get up. You got to go. You got to go get it. So when I had this issue, I was like, okay, let me handle this issue. But you can't handle it with people, with just anybody. It got to be people who actually understands the issue, who know who you are, and probably don't know much about who you are, but know at least you are a person. And whenever we deal with persons, and you know what I mean, people in life, who may just come to ask if you got a quarter. I need this quarter to get on the bus. They ain't asking you for nothing else. It ain't going to kill them to give you what you asked for. Because when you have achieved the goal, there's not much to ask for. What you're trying to do is just help surrender to helping to surrender, to surrender, to surrender, to get the surrendering help to achieve. So surrender yourself. I had to surrender myself. I had to get up and say, you know what? Let me get out this room and see what I can do. And I found the answer. And there was no no's. I didn't even think, no, I didn't think that the person would say no. I say, well, what if? Keep going. You got to be what if? Keep going. You got to be on that mindset. You got to be like, I believe I can fly. You got to sing it better than the person who sung the song. And if you're in that situation, even do better than a person who sung the song, if you know the song. And that's actually the song I was singing all day today. But I wasn't thinking about the person. I had it for me. Because I saw the achievement that I was getting, but then I saw the obstacles that were trying to come my way. And I kept saying, I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. And I kept walking, and that's how I motivated myself to knowing you've done it, you're doing it, and you're going to see it in the next video. But I wanted to spend this time with you so you can truly understand the importance of setting your mind. The importance, I did not believe the law of attraction. There is a law of attraction. Things just come to you. Ideas just come to you. Let me tell you, I did ChatGPT. And you got Claude, you got Marcus, you got so much out there. You got AI that will even pay you to learn AI. But I have taken the time to learn it. And my goal was to do a website and not pay for the website. Because if you're in a situation you're unable to pay because you're doing other things and the money is going there, you could pay it, but you're not benefiting if I pay it. Does that make sense? I benefit more if I'm working with this one. Even though it may be closed and they may be looking like you're not knowing what you're doing. You can't handle it, fitting from it, because it doesn't offer as much as the next. Or even if I take and learn this, is what I did. And as I went through the steps, I did it my way. I said, okay, I got the format. I know what I got. It's easy. It can't be hard to make a website. So I'm making a website and I'm doing it and I'm looking at it. Someone said, you know what? Go and learn how to make a website. Actually, go on one of these YouTube channels and learn how to make a website. Take one of their courses, just learn quickly. Some are for free. So it's not the website that I needed to know, but it is the tools that were free and tools that are not free. But I'm trying to get my people to use the free one. And if you want to progress, use the one to progress yourself to make it even better. Now, AI itself, and I'm so proud of myself. I said, let me change this website. So I changed it. I didn't do the original one. So I went through the format and I used Canva. Everybody know about Canva. So I used Canva and I did a website. But do you know where to place the tools on the canvas? Do you know how to dress it up to attract an audience? Those were the questions that were in my head as I was making my website. And what else can I add? And then as I'm talking and prompting the AI, the new ChatGPT, I said, well, let me give you my website and show you what I've done. It gave me out of 10 points, it gave me an 8. 2 points. I'm talking AI. And here we're learning from AI. That's me. Me and AI be like this. I'll be like, I want to do like this. And AI will tell me, that's the way I want to do it. Or I even came up with something because you got intelligence in you. And every time you work, you pull it out. Because you're pulling out what you never used before. It's new. And you're going to see yourself going through transition. I went to transitional stages, your body, your mind, because it has to connect. Okay, my mind is learning. Now my body got to get used to what my mind knows. So if my mind want to continue to do this work and my body is used to just watching TV, playing Xbox, laying on the bed, that's what it's going to do. And I was going through that. There were days I would come and just flop in the bed. Flop in the bed. And don't move. And I'm saying, my mind is saying, get up. But my body is saying, we're going to fight this. You actually got to go through a battle. It's a mental change as well as a physical change. Because your body is saying, what are you doing to me? We don't do this. But if you want to achieve, then you got to get it to meet up. And you got to go through the motions. Sometimes I tell people to pay me no mind. I'm going through something today. They probably look at you like you crazy, but you already know. I done been in this room and I done did this and did that and did this and did this. But my body is not catching up yet. My mind is soaring, doing things, but my body has not adjusted to the change. And you're going to go through some motion, some emotional, because you're in the bed line like, why can't I get up? The body physically is fighting you. And it has the strength to fight you because the body controls itself through the mind, given through the sensors, through your veins, through your nerves, through your muscles, and everything else. And if you are accustomed to going out there and taking a cigarette break or a drink break, those are other changes you're going to have to make. But you know what it is? It's the mental growth awakening. I have to awaken you to what change you have to make. I may cannot take that cigarette break. I may stop smoking cigarettes for a whole month. There's some people that do projects. They stop smoking, stop going out and party. It's the same thing until that project is accomplished. And trust me, there'll be days I want to go out. I be like, oh, today is Friday. Because I'm used to going out on a Friday. Me? Inside on a Friday? Oh, no. But what do you want out of life? Just going out there and showing up is not enough. Back then it was because you was well equipped. You had everything you want. You had the 2 cars. You had the house. You had the partner. You had it all. And you was fulfilled. So it didn't matter. But now the fulfillment that you're reaching for, if you're solo like me, it has to do with growth, stability, strength, conquering, and achieving. That is the necessary means of why I've done the things that I've done. Why it's necessary for me to do this video. Why sometimes we get back on the same channel and may repeat the same thing with a different title and say some of the words just a little differently. But my team, we need it. Because sometimes you need to be reminded of the fight. Especially when you accomplish wins. And I know you accomplish wins. When I used to walk in Florida, they used to stop me all the time. Oh, thank you for teaching us how to save money, how to invest. Because the bank don't save you money. But when we get to that failure going fast, I'm going to have you already. Gear up. Get ready. And don't have no distractions with family or friends, because you're going to have distractions. There's some things I see with friends or family. I say, okay. And you got to pick it out like you're picking out doing a project. Now, which family member should I deal with? Because this problem looked like too much. That problem looked like too much. Or if I jump in, can I jump out? And sometimes you don't have to jump in. Sometimes just a phone call is just good enough. The phone is a powerful thing. That's one of my things. The phone is a powerful thing. You know, one time I needed help. And by the time I finished getting the help, this lady told me, girl, I thought the military was coming next. That's how many people I had on her. She said, I thought the military was coming to handle your situation. Because I'm well equipped on trying to get things done. It may look like I'm not moving. It may look like no steps are being taken, but do you know how to utilize the tools before you? If I can utilize the tools before me, then I can make you believe what I'm saying. I can make her, him, and her. And just want to question, is it true what this person is telling me? Because I see something. You ever been there before? I see something. No, this person can't be lying about the achievement or the accomplishments that is surrounding the possibilities of change. They can't be lying. There gotta be an obstacle that is well seen and so close or so far that they can reach to get to where they gotta get and to win. We're winning. But obstacles, those are your problem-solving issues. Your learning management skills. This week I did 3 things, management skills. I had all month to do it. But why should I waste a whole month when it takes a day to do an intake or to do something where I'm going to take one day to meet that person? Set it up. Within that month, daily, you can do your routine. Prepare yourself, preparation. Get your mind together on how you're going to answer to whatever you have to accomplish. What tools am I going to use? Do I need to do that today? And then write it down. If you got, I have a journal. You know that, and I have a book. Sometimes I get to be in my journal, and I stop and be honest with you. I used to write in my journal. Then I saw people looking at my journal. So I had to stop writing, but you don't want nobody to know your business. So I had to stop writing in my journal until I found a place where I can hide my journal where nobody can get to it. And that's where we are. So I'm here to motivate you and to show you. And I hope you like my GIF. And the crazy thing is, I had, you saw the last laptop I had, and I brought me another one because that laptop went down. Now I had this laptop for a minute, but this laptop does a lot. This is a Chrome HP OS. I have a OBS software app type of thing that they have in there. Not an app, but a software, because an app is different than a software. The app is what I actually have to add to the software to allow things to happen using the software. So I can use the regular key, the regular view, a regular camera, or I can do my software, my OBS software. And then I was doing my cameras, and I was taking pictures, and I was doing screen camera. I can do I can take a picture of the screen. I didn't know that. And then I said, wait up, I must have pushed a button by mistake. It say GIF. They have a button to do GIFs. And I did my first GIF. And when I was asking ChatGPT, it was like, well, you probably got to get another software to make it, that motion and whatnot. It built in there. It did it for me. Once I clicked it and I pressed stop, it quickly did it. All I got to do is add the words and make sure I do what? Transparent background. So when I sell you these, and if I'm doing a video and you want to put it across the screen real quick, or put it in the comment where other people can see that, oh wow, look, is that her? Is that BSdiscover? Yeah, that's me. And some other things in the comment, like, things that we're going to have to have fun. Because I like to have fun. Anybody that knows me, the first thing they be like, I say, you like to have fun. Yes, I do. What is life if you don't have fun? I can joke around. There's all kinds of ways to have fun. A joke could be fun because it could be a boring day and you just say one thing, break down the whole wall, change everybody's mood. First, let me change yours. So I'm going to add my GIF in there. Actually, should I show you it? Are you ready? So that you can get There's a little point of what I'm talking about when I talk about. I haven't completely finished it, but it has allowed me to get to a certain point. And the good thing is, I'm up. The good thing is that we're learning. It's not live, but you see me do it right in front of you. So I'm learning a lot about this laptop because I hadn't had the time because I was so busy surviving and had myself trying to do other things. But it didn't mean that the law of attraction wasn't going to do its thing. So, until next time, when I see you, get ready, because it's going to be on. I'm ready. Like this video for me. Give me some likes, y'all, and let's do this.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I remember.
Today, the highest intellectual energy starts in your thoughts. These thoughts break barriers beyond measures. Even when you don't see the energy, you will. We need to ensure that every department aligns with our core objectives before the end of this quarter. Understood?
Cause I've been down this road before, and I know what I'm looking for. So I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I believe I can fly. Yes, I believe I can fly. Remember when you were breaking down, and there was no one else to be around, and all you see
Welcome,
is
customers.
what you're fighting
Please feel free to browse.
for. But I want you to
I'll
know
see you soon.
that
I'll see you soon. I'll see you soon. I'll see you soon.
If you can see it, then you can believe it. And if you can achieve it.
Welcome to a new dimension in entertainment. Today, we have an AI avatar to play music and entertain until the DJ arrives.
I believe I can touch the sky. Oh, I believe that I can, that I can, that I believe that I can fly. Okay, getting back to the lesson, getting back to coffee, getting back to staying water.
Fan, great stuff.